Hey guys, running an 8-4 with candy. I had some candy in my mouth.
Mostly candy.
Candy.
Wow.
But
disgusting.
Yeah. So we're gonna try another 8-4. See what we get with. See what we go with. Let's go ahead and pull up the values on miniature market.
Nope.
We actually don't care about miniatures right now.
They do sell magic-related stuff.
All right. So expedition. That's what we're hoping for, right?
Are they worth anything online?
Probably. You know what's really worth something?
That one's worth something.
Here's the thing. If Kalida's Trader of Get was worth all of
Nothing? I'd still take it?
I'd still take it.
Yeah.
There's a strong argument that this is either the best card in the entire set or that it's the Angel. In favor of the Angel, it has a bigger onboard impact. In favor of Kalidas, he costs 4.
Wait. Is he foil? Aren't there 3 rares?
So Brad is slightly colorblind, and he can't tell that these are 3 uncommons.
Oh, those totally
because
look rares.
Strider Harness would be the set. Let's read Brad's rares. 3. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 in haste. Equip 1.
Now that looks like a common, but the other 2 look like rares.
These are some set. 5 blue. Return up to 2 target
They're
creatures
really
your
terrible
opponents to their hands. Target
That's
player
a rare
draws 2.
ally.
All right. Kalidas. So,
See, that's why the text should be bigger.
good news. We paid for the draft.
And twice, right? Almost twice?
Almost twice. Now the other thing is, I really want to be in black now. Like, I want to push super hard into black, because this is the kind of guy that if you're black, you're going to win almost every game you play him on turn 4.
That's a good point. Oath's not worth anything, I'm pretty sure.
We can check. Oath's the kind of card that if it goes late, I would. It's worth $1. I might actually pick that up. Especially if there's not a good card here.
Well, so there's probably something better. I like Slaughter Drone if we're in black. Death Touch is pretty powerful. I also like the Haste Bushwhacker. That guy's powerful.
I don't like being in black-red. If I was going to make a pick, it would probably be Slaughter Drone or Shoulder. But I actually am considering the Osa. And the other reason I like Oath of Nissa is I actually want to play it more. And the reason I want to play it more is because I have a Kalidas Trader to Get. And I want to be able to play it, and I want effects that let me get to it. And that's
Seems
nice.
legit.
So I might not play Nissa. I'm making this pick somewhat based on the value of the card. Like, a tick and a half is worth a decent amount of the draft.
Yeah, and I mean, none of these are like...
None of these are great. Right? I would, in order...
I do like the Surge Flying guy, but he's not actually a high pick.
No, and... Okay, here we go. So we've got Soothsayer.
Like Tar Snare, the Soothsayer, and target opponent losing...
So that's not worth playing.
Yeah, that is... I didn't even know that card existed.
It's fine, but not here. So the Soothsayer, the Tar Snare, and the Lagak. And I think the Lagak is the most powerful card.
So these always come around late, though.
They shouldn't be. We need to be picking them more aggressively.
So.
They're extremely good cards. I don't mind being in a green-black aggressive deck that runs Saddleback Lagax and other aggressive cards with it. Also, we might not be... Black and green look open this pack because there are 2 black cards I would be happy to pick, 1 green card I'd be happy to pick, and then everything else is a lower pick than those black and green cards.
Pretty much.
I would rather take the Lagak.
I really like the Maul Kozilek too, but we're not in red.
Yeah, and that's a 2-color card too, right? That's a colorless another card. Okay. So I think Gravity Negator, Warden of Geometries.
I like the Chain Mage.
I
don't know if we want...
We're not going to have a lot of allies in green. Alright. So if we wanted to pick a blue card, I would pick the Void Grafter probably over the Negator. Possibly not. I don't mind the Warden of Geometries here. I don't think it's spectacular, but I think it's fine. So for me, it's Warden of Geometries, Negator, Void Grafter, or Zulaport, Chain Mage. We also could go into red. We did pass a couple okay red cards, but there's more. I think the Negator and the Void Grafter are better than the Maw. So do you want to pick a blue card or a colorless card?
Doesn't really matter to me.
Alright, let's try the Warden.
So
So we've got Stalking Drone that I like, Netcaster Spider that I like, and Null Caller that I like. And the Slaughter Drone's fine.
so I think I like the spider better because it seems like the drones come around really late.
Well, we can look at Null Caller here, and it's 3 and a black, exile a creature, you get a 2/2 black zombie.
I think we should go ahead and go lower on the curve. Get a 3 cost or a 2 cost.
Because we have 2 4-drops we already want to play?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you rather
Well,
have...
also, the Reach Spider is very good. It's a 2/3 for 3 with Reach.
Alright, we can fill out a curve here.
So...
We can move into blue. Blinding Drone this late makes me think that that's very open. That's a sign to me that blue is open.
Is blue-black a good color combination for this
Blue-black
set?
is a good combination.
But we're going to need
we might not even be black, though. There's not that much black coming around.
It's a good point.
We could also...
a really good rare, though.
Yeah. We could take the Pulse and the Unnatural Endurance. I like Pulse and I like Unnatural Endurance. Pulse is good at slowing down the game and getting back bomb cards. We only have 1 bomb card, really, so far, but we might get more.
I like the Pathfinder as well.
I'd rather go lower. I think I'm going to pick my first Unnatural Endurance.
Okay.
I do think Blinding Drone is by far the best card. And here we see a later Containment. We see the Course Climber.
All this is pretty much junk unless we're in blue, so we'll just take the Chain Mage.
The Sky Climber's pretty good. We could take the Seer's Lantern, which will make our colorless easier if we want to play colorless.
Well, it also scries, though we didn't use it last time we played.
No, but we had the option to.
I think we'll get another Chain
We
Mage,
could also take the Tranquil Expanse and move into green-white, because white and blue look to be the most open here.
That's true.
So I don't mind taking a land here. We can take the Seers and start focusing on colorless cards. Alright. So, I mean, at this point, we probably should just take the Blinding Drone, or...
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we're just going to take all the blue cards.
Alright.
There's a nice black card.
Well, there's a nice green card, so maybe we're green-black. Maybe we're green-blue. I really like the Path Warden. I don't know if we're running black or not, but I know we're running green.
Okay.
So... Okay, so green and black are pretty decent here. This is our starting pack. We can take the Slaughter Drone.
Last pack was our starting pack.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. We can take the Slaughter Drone, or the Loam Larva, or the second Unnatural Endurance. I'm going to take our Slaughter Drone? It's
So
a 2-drop light.
You're committing to not going to blue then?
No, black is coming around pretty well here. And we might end up in a 3-color
I
deck.
think the packs just landed funny.
So let's put our 2 blue cards over here. We may or may not have the ability to run... hey, I actually like that. So green is open. That's what we know for sure. We have 3 okay black cards and 2 okay blue cards. Or 2 pretty good blue cards.
Yeah, and then we have the bomb of the set.
Right, and there is some chance that we just can't run it, which is unfortunate. That's one of the reasons I like sealed, is you can usually kind of
Run your bombs.
run your bombs. But if black is open from this way, we might have just enough black to run black.
Yeah, we'll know pretty quickly.
Let's go ahead and move our 2 blue cards over here. And, I mean, I'm willing to run blue. I'm willing to make that another color. We can make it work. Okay. Is Obligator worth anything?
I don't know.
I don't see it. Which is
Okay.
unfortunate, because it's a really good card. It's down here.
Okay, let's go back to the picks then.
Okay. So we've got Birthing Hulk, which I like, but I don't think we have to emphasize. Stalking Drone and Netcaster Spider. I'd rather be lower on the curve than higher on the curve, right? Like, I'd rather be more of a beatdown deck than a slow deck.
Yep.
I'd rather have Netcaster Spider or Stalking Drone than Birthing Hulk. Right? I mean, maybe we are bigger because we have the Seer's Lantern.
I mean, Birthing Hulk is a powerful enough pick. I don't mind first picking it because it won't come back. Whereas one of those 2 cards will come back.
I don't even think it's that powerful.
But it won't come back around and we won't see another one. And if we get it on the table, almost nothing kills it if we leave the mana up.
But what if we run a deck that basically stops at 5 and just tries to run a bunch of, like, really smaller creatures that are more powerful?
So that hasn't worked yet, so I'd rather just take Birthing Hulk.
Alright.
Destroy target attacking creature would be great if we're in white. The support 2 card I really like.
I'd rather have my first Vampire's Envoy. Having flying is pretty nice, being able to attack us that way.
Pretty cool. I hope the lead by example comes back around. I've been wanting to play with that card.
Yeah, there's a lot of okay cards here. Alright, so we're going to take our next Saddleback Legak. And basically, Saddleback Legak is the reason I want to pick up 2 and 3 drops. Because I want to play as many support 2 cards. Like you said, I like that support 2 card. What if it came on a 3-1 body?
Yep, I do like both of those cards. What is this Ruin in their wake?
It's a rampant growth if you control a waste.
Oh.
It's bad.
Nope, not playing that.
Alright, so we have 2 Saddleback Legaks. I'm still not 100% on what our other color is supposed to be.
So I like Vines.
We can take either
I
Null Color
like Null Color.
or Vines. Null Color is going to give us more reach in the late game. Vines is a decent combat trick, which is fine. I think I'd rather have my first Null Color because it's a powerful effect. It does make our deck a little slower than I'd like here. All right,
There's
so
another Saddleback.
we're just going to keep taking Saddlebacks. I think it's better than Flame Tendrils. I think we're a beatdown deck. So we're being rewarded both ways for green. Like,
yep, that's good to know.
I just want
We've got a decent amount of black cards.
Yeah. Only 2 of them are good. We have 2 good ones and 3 okay ones. But I really just like to be in the position where we can be mostly green.
Is the Oath of Jace worth anything?
Probably
I don't
not.
think it is.
Let's go ahead and reserve the lead. Because I'll take my first lead.
Nope, I don't see it.
Nope. I'll take my first lead. There's nothing else
I do
really
like that card.
Yeah.
I hope Canopy Gorger comes back around. I just like big beaters.
Alright, do we
What
want...
is this 1/3 that goes and gets a land? That's pretty good.
Or we could take the 3/1 that we can give counters to. Do we want
That
to...
actually is perfect for our deck, so...
Well, if we're going to play colorless effects, we'd rather have the Lone Larva. If we were going to play non-colorless... If we're not going to play colorless cards that matter.
As far as I can tell, we're not going to play colorless cards, but we do have 3 Legaks, so that's pretty cool. I like Flaying Tendrils, but not in our deck.
Well, we'll put it in the sideboard. If we end up wanting to be more defensive against other decks, like the red-white deck or the black-red deck, it'll be a valuable sideboard piece to bring in.
Now, it might be worth it to play in our deck because we might be able to build up so that we don't have to worry about the -2/-2.
Yeah, I'm hoping that first pack has the Stalker drone in it, or the Netcaster Spider. Here we go. Okay, all 3 of these came back around. Now, I think we should just take another 2-drop. Do we want to take the Stalking Drone, which plays better with colorless lands, or do we want to take the Lone Larva that'll fix our mana?
Either one.
I think I'd rather have the Stalking Drone.
Alright, I don't think we're going to have any colorless sources except for the 4 there. The 4 mana.
We might just run colorless lands. Who knows what lands we'll get. And even if we don't, I'd rather have a 2/2 that becomes a 3/3 than a 1/3 that becomes a 2/4 in our beatdown deck. We have 3 Saddleback Legaks. Like, we're in a pretty good spot as far as that goes. With that being said, I want to move this out. Okay, we'll take our...
I think that's a good card.
Take a second one.
Yeah, I think it's good for the main deck.
I think the first one's good for the main deck. Okay, here we go. I'm excited to run colorless at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I would be happy with...
Do we take our Vines or do we take the second Pulse for the sideboard?
Either one. I don't think we're running either one main board.
Alright, so green-red was open.
Yep.
I kind of like how this looks. We don't really need a lot more cards. I do think that we're in the same position, like I said before, that I'm not even sure I want to run Birthing Hulk.
Maybe not. I think having one high-end card isn't terrible when it's that powerful.
I just don't think it's as powerful as you think. I think we're disagreeing on how powerful it is. I think that's really the way of this
So it almost can't die. And we have a lot of cards that make it bigger.
Alright, so we're in black-green. There's not really going a lot here. I think we just take the Dominator Drone as another good 3-drop.
Yep. Seems like what we do. We should probably, spend a few minutes talking about the rest of the pack.
Let's talk about the deck. That's what I want to do. So I'd like to cut Pulse, and I'd like to cut Birthing Hulk, and I'd like to cut Warden. This is actually the core of a deck that I'm starting to like right here.
So I like keeping Birthing Hulk because we can make it so much larger, and as long as we keep the mana open, which might be a little hard to do considering we don't have that many colorless sources, it can't die except to, 2 cards in both sets? 3 cards in both sets?
2 commons, and an uncommon, and several other cards. It dies to a lot of cards.
But most of those cards are really high mana cost, right?
There's 2 4-mana commons that kill it.
2 4-mana commons and 1 7-mana common that kills it, right? How
How
many? Yeah, but
and then there's
it can't die in combat.
there are 4 uncommons.
How many
that kill
cards can you say can't die in combat and have to be answered by 2 3 cards in the set? I mean,
it answers a lot more than 2. There's a lot of cards that answer the card specifically. That said, it is resilient. I mean, it's not a bad.
I like the Invoker.
I like the Void Attendant and the Invoker.
Oh, what's the Void Attendant do? Oh, okay. It processes and puts a creature out. I don't think we have anything to really take advantage of that.
There's a couple of cards that works well with Kalitas. More importantly, it fills out our curve more appropriately. And we want more things that fill out our curve, right?
Okay.
And I don't want to run bone
Why do you
splitters.
move that up so much? I can't...
Wait, I don't want that.
Okay.
It clicked wrong. Just because I like to be able to look at the cards down here. We could also take
You can
Voracious...
make them bigger and look at them all the time. Just slide that little thing.
Yeah, I know, but then you can't see as many of the cards.
I don't want to see the crappy ones, Daniel. Just the good ones.
What do you... We need to see all of our cards.
Yeah, but we need to see what we're picking, I think.
Yeah, I just know what all these cards do.
Oh, I don't. The viewers don't. I'm just saying that we don't have any viewers.
Okay, so we can do Canopy Vista if we don't think we need another card. We can do Bane of Beleged, because that's a 7-drop I do like. I like this 7-drop much more than I like the other one because it's...
Okay.
Not because it's resilient, but because it's really, really hard to play against. It's harder to block.
I'm fine with playing that. That's fine.
We could take the Beastmaster. It's cheaper on the curve, attacks better. We could take the Bloodbond Vampire. It's just a 4-drop in our deck that does nothing else. We could take the Silent Skimmer. It's a flyer.
It is pretty powerful, especially if we make it have power, which we will.
Let's check real quick on the lands. What do the lands run at? They're $1 each. I'm going to take one of the lands.
Oh, you'd rather take that land over taking a...
$1.50 thing's probably worth more than a Silent Skimmer that we may or may not even run. Like, it's a replacement card. We have enough 4-drops. You know what we don't need, though? We really need? This sweet black-green card.
Yep, that one's pretty awesome. We'll definitely play that.
We're taking it over. Now, we could not take it because it will probably wheel. We could take a complete disregard.
I think we shouldn't rely on other people to wheel cards that are just that sweet. Right?
Okay.
Isn't it pretty darn sweet?
Yeah, it's basically perfect for our deck. Alright, so for me, we've got Myers Malice.
So I actually like the Channeler, the Malice, and actually Reclaiming Vines because I'm tired of losing to that freaking enchantment.
Which one? The one that
It just exiles a thing for 4 mana.
We can either take a big card for when our deck goes slower, which I think was usually the best one is Moras's Ranger or Channeler. We can take a discard card. We could take another 3-drop, because we do want more 3-drops. Or we could take the thing that gets rid of one of their artifacts or lands, but it's really just enchantment.
Yeah, I mean, we probably won't wheel any of these good cards. So probably should take the one you definitely want to have, which is either the Breaker of Armies or the Chandler, I think.
Yeah, let's go and take the Breaker of Armies. Now we have, like, a lot of really nice, big, strong cards. Okay. Surge Swarm. Do we have enough creatures to... This could be a good finisher. 1, 2... Some of our guys look at First Strike. Lets us push through okay damage. We could take Swarm Surge. We could take Unnatural Aggression. Now, this is going to seem weird. I do like Call of the Scions with multiple Saddleback Gleax because it makes two 2/2s very frequently. That said, I think I want to take Reclaiming Vines or Surge Swarm because in some matches we'll want this, and I think we're close enough to our deck being full.
So we have 5 other cards, so I'm fine with either one. We probably want one more instant sorcery and the rest creatures.
Okay, so I'm feeling good about Skitter Skin or
like
Snapping
that.
Mallard. Skitter Skin's a powerful card, but I think our 4-drops are spoken for.
Yep.
Fine
by me.
I think I just rather have another 2-drop. And really play towards the
Do you
strength.
like Fertile Thicket? I kind of like Fertile Thicket.
I don't think we need it in our deck.
We don't.
And since we didn't pick up a waste, I think it's even worse. Alright, so I think we just pick up the Ornery for Devoker here.
I like Oran Reef or Demon's Grasp, either one.
How much removal do we have? We have 1 combat, 2 combat tricks, 1 piece of removal. Yeah, let's go ahead and take our Demon's Grasp for the sideboard. We might run it main board. Alright, back to our first pack. Do we have Death Touch on anything?
I don't think so. We can give something Death Touch.
How?
I thought one of the ones we paid.
Oh, we have Slaughter Drone.
Yeah.
Do we want to take the Pathwayers to play with our Slaughter
I
Drone?
don't think we'll ever play that.
I don't think we're playing the rest of these cards.
Well, there's our Reef Invoker. We will play that.
Yeah. Alright, and our skimmer came around because we're in the right colors.
Wow, that's impressive.
I think we take Grave Birthing here.
Yeah,
because we don't need another 4
It's in
drop.
colors, so.
Wow.
We got 2 of those for the sideboard.
Well, I mean, we were in the right colors. Like
That happens often, but we don't win all the time.
no, but we draft correctly often. Which, I feel like drafting correctly
I
often
feel like
is a
we
big
should be
one.
pushing up our glasses when we say that.
Yes, we draft correctly often. Okay, so we actually have a lot of options and different cards. I think this is going to be a 17 land deck. I actually like this outline, but we should look at the cards from the sideboard and decide which direction it's going in. Which is going to be running all of our big drops for Clay and Vine. No, but I do like how we can transform from this really lean, aggressive deck with a bunch of 2-drops to a much slower deck. What I don't like is that we have no colorless sources to go with our 2 Stalking Drones.
Or the Birthing Hole.
Alright, so we have 17 cards right here. Let's see what other cards we're excited to play. I would consider running... I think 8 is too much.
So right now we're not running any cards that make colorless, so the Birthing Hole is pretty bad.
It comes with 2 spawns. All spawns sacrifice for colorless. Which is fine. He regenerates himself automatically just playing him. You don't have to regenerate him too many times before he's great. Alright, but let's look at this deck, the main deck we have here. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4...
Should be 1 more. Tarsnare.
5.
Alright, so...
So when we play Ilth of Nissa, everything else is a land or a creature. So the likelihood of just hitting these 4 cards is almost 0. So we're basically 99% to hit something good.
Yeah, so I think I would rather play the second lead by example over a Vines or an Unnatural. Just because with this many creatures, we're going to hit almost always 2.
We could consider cutting Tar Snare and just run the 2 1-mana ones, just have really, really cheap stuff. Like, Tar Snare seems nice, but imagine if we're
It's
always
outclassed
attacking.
very soon. So, yeah, cut it. Put the lead by example in.
I think the biggest thing for that is mana considerations. It's weird. We could run the Surge Swarm. It is a finishing card where you can just attack with all of your creatures.
That's true. I like that over the Vines or the Unnatural as well. So I think our creatures, we don't really care if they die, so we don't need to be regenerating them.
So we've got Lead by Example and Swarm Surge. I think these are the 2 that we should really consider here.
Drag them down there, and we'll just cut a spell for them, right?
We already cut the spell, so we get to choose to keep 1 and then go to 17 lands. Alright, so I like the first Oath because it's a good turn 1 play. It's cheap enough that it can get us to what we need, so if we play it later in the game...
Yeah, I think the only things on the card shopping block are the Swarm Surge, Lead by Example, Vines, or Unnatural.
I like having 2 1-mana tricks because that means that we can easily not have to run a lot of mana. Like,
That's true.
1 mana...
They will 1 for 1.
Yeah.
And the Swarm Surge is a finisher, but the Lead by Example may get way more than that. They may just end the game.
Lead by Example can be better, but I think very often you're either trading and saving a creature or just not trading. Like, how often are there 2 2/2s attacking into your 2 2/2s? That's when you get the 2 for 1. That's when it's really good, right? What we're normally getting from Lead by Example is either a bounce or 1 creature and a counter that stays, which is significant. I like having more cheap cards. I think that this is how I'd want to run it.
I don't think we need all cheap cards because the format's going to go pretty slow.
I think we're trying to win before it goes slow. Our deck's not super powerful. That said, let's go ahead and set our super powerful deck to the side because we have a super powerful deck. It involves running all of these cards a little bit.
Yeah, we're not even entertaining that. That's not near as good.
I'm not going to mainboard it, but I'll sideboard into this deck.
So I think we need to decide between the Swarm Surge and something else because I'd like that as a finisher.
The +2, you'd rather have that over a Lead
Plus
by
2 to
Example?
all of our creatures?
Yeah.
I'd rather have it than the Vines or the Unnatural Endurance. 1 for 1s, I think one of them in your deck's fine.
I like having cheap spells. I think we're having a disagreement on how good is a cheap spell.
Yeah, but you see we have 5 cheap spells. We could run 1 more expensive spell, and it might just win every time we draw it. Either way, put the lands in so we don't forget.
Okay, let's add the villains now. Let's go 8 and 9.
Sounds right.
So we'll add our lands, and then we'll decide if we want to change out.
Alright. So you gotta decide in 15 seconds.
So, Vines or Storm Surge. We'll start the
don't
vine.
forget that you can untap a creature with the Vines. So it might actually be better than the Unnatural Endurance.
Yeah, but the Unnatural Endurance stops all removal, except for exiling.
Oh, wait. You have to put the Swarm Surge in.
Oh.
And then you can instant it.
Alright, so we're going to start with the Storm Surge.
Alright, just click it, and then we can talk.
Because we have 18 creatures. We have 18 creatures, so I think is quite a bit.
And so it seems like every time you play it, it'll be overrun, kill them.
Well, except for the times where you aren't really ahead and you need to kill a creature of theirs.
We're not winning those anyway.
That's not necessarily true, but pretty often.
I mean, I don't want 5 1-for-1 removal spells. I want 1 finisher and 4 1-for-1s. They might be better than that.
Alright, so we will always play first with this deck. And this looks like a great keep. We have a turn 1 play, a turn 2 play, and probably a turn 3 play. We can decide if we want a swamp, or we want one of the better creatures. Like, this is exactly what I like with Oath of Nissen, right?
That's true.
Are they mulliganed? That seemed rough on them.
They mulligan down to 6. So do we want a 3-drop? Or do we want a really good 4-drop?
Let's take the 3-drop. Which is a tough decision. Like, I was very close to picking Lagak, but I think that we should just keep the pressure on our opponent's early mulligan down, and being able to go 2-drop, 3-drop lead by example might just be good enough.
So we got lucky and drew the swamp. So now we can play anything but this
Get.
Yeah, I was gonna just say mythic.
Oh, we can play him next turn if we want to, too.
We probably do want to.
Yeah, we do.
And we can actually example him.
We can play our whole hand.
Don't forget to attack.
Yeah. We can play our whole hand. Our opponent is going to have to play some very good cards to get out of this game. And the Scythe Master's not one of them.
Nope. We should probably offer them the trade. And then take it away by supporting.
Supporting doesn't take away the trade. It's a 3-1.
They do if they block the wrong way.
You know what we could do? We could play Kalidas, and if they block, then we trade and get a 2-2. So let's do that.
Huh. Why don't we try that then?
Yeah, this card's just not fair.
Yep. That's why it's a mythic.
There's an... Like, if they trade, we get a 2-2. Not tap, just a 2-2 straight up. They traded. We got a creature.
So next turn, we can support our creatures, or we can just play another big creature. I'm all for playing another big creature.
Okay, let's attack first. Depending on how they block, I might actually...
Just attack with everything, right?
Yeah.
So if you do support, you can also play the Vampire Envoy. So you might as well just go ahead and support and save it?
No, we're just going to play the 5-4.
Oh, sure. That's more damage.
Our opponent missed a land drop.
Yeah, we pretty much got everything we wanted, and they got nothing.
This is the kind of hand that feels unbeatable, though. Like, your opponent's like 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, best 4-drop possibly in the game, 5-drop that's also threatening it, and the next turn we're going to lead by, what is your opponent going to do? What are you going to do? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's not very fun way for anybody to win or lose, but...
Alright, so they're playing white, so I'm assuming they're playing a slower deck, a faster deck, but I'm not sure. I would consider Vines, because it lets us kill flyers, but I'm going to run this back one more time.
Yeah. Since we didn't really see any cards, I like to stick with what we got.
That game did feel good, though, didn't it?
If we do that, what, 5 more times?
That feels like an unbeatable sequencing of cards, though, by the way. Like, it feels perfect.
So they will probably go first.
As they should. Looks like a keep. I can tell because there's 2 colors of mana in cards.
Yep. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
2-drop, 3-drop, and a 5-drop. Not too bad.
This is the part where I don't like Swarm Surge as much.
Get it in the opening hand?
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to draw perfectly all the time.
I'd love to draw a bunch of lands in a row. I think if we cast all these cards, we're likely to win.
Yeah.
Okay, I really want to start drawing lands. We could lose this game by not drawing lands.
Yeah, if we don't draw land in the next 2 turns, we'll be pretty far behind.
Okay, there's our land.
We want to go ahead and attack?
Yeah.
Because they don't know. We might have a trick. And we do, actually.
What is our trick?
It's a sorcery, but
Oh.
we do have a trick.
Yeah, there's no reason not to attack.
I would call that bluff, too.
Yeah. Especially if that's an important creature for our opponent. Alright. So next turn's going to be great. Saddleback Legak. We'll have a 4/4, which attacks through, and a 2/4, which they can jump block and will gain us a life.
So we should play the land in the saddleback first, so
Yep.
that we have a 4/4? Which is what you just said, but I said it better. Hey, that's the one I keep wanting to get.
Yeah.
That's the rare one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And our deck is so blazingly fast, it's probably too late. We just attack with the 4/1. Double block, that doesn't help. We could gain a life.
I mean, we
They're
don't
not
care if they
attacking.
attack.
Yeah.
We're at 20.
Alright, next turn we are at 5, so we can either play Brood Butcher and try to shore up the decks, or we can play a 5/4. I think we want to play the 5/4.
Yeah.
If we play Brood Butcher, then we can play Swarm Surge the next turn. Just in the game, though. So, Brad, we're going to have to start talking about something soon.
One of them has trample, so I would
Alright,
play
so
the
they're going to
one
have a 4/4.
trample. They didn't turn the creature sideways. I would play the one with trample.
Okay, so we can play the Brood Butcher to kill their 2/2, so they can't make 2/2s and gain life every turn.
Is it do something when it comes into play?
You can pay green and black to sacrifice a creature and give a creature -2/-2. We can play Saddleback Legak again and attack with a 5/5, a 4/1, and have this back, and keep this back to block, which is actually the play I like the most.
It'll be a 4/2, so saddleback is probably the best.
Yeah.
I mean, making the flyer even bigger is probably a good play, too.
They're going to make this bigger. By tapping the cohort, gain a life, that gets a +1/+1.
Alright, so make that one 4 and that one 5.
Yep. And then we attack with everything.
I agree.
Then they can trade.
The 4/2 for something.
They can trade 2 of their creatures for a 5/5. They can trade 1 of our creatures for the 4/2. Looks like they're going to trade.
No, they've got a trick.
Probably. That's fine. Yeah, unnatural endurance. That makes sense.
Yeah. I called it.
Yeah. Alright. So now we're getting to the point where it's grindy, so we could lose an advantage here. So now we're going to put out our Brood Butcher to kill their 2/2 before they win the game. See, they would be putting creatures into play every turn. We would be in a big spot. But we can kill 2 of their creatures. And then we need to deal
Over
with
the course of 2 turns, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Man, they just...
The Blood-Bond vampires do good work. Interesting that they're attacking.
7/7, I'd probably attack with that. They can always generate a second creature, right?
Can we do enough damage? We can only do 3 easily. So I think we just play the Brood Butcher.
That sounds correct.
Alright, and then next turn we'll probably lead by example and kill the guy that makes guys.
Yep.
And I think we gang block their creature, which is not great, but then that'll leave them with just some 1/1s. And we have the Path Warden to follow up with. So that'll be 8, 9, possibly a 10/10.
I think we actually just chump block with the Scion.
Alright, well how are we getting out from dying then?
That's a good point. They've generated too many creatures at this point. We should probably put in the -2/-2 thing.
Yeah.
It would kill a lot of their creatures currently.
Just 2 or 3 real creatures.
Yep, 3 is half though, so.
It kills most of our creatures as well.
Yep, about half of our real creatures. So you think we should gang block that?
If we remove it, what do they have?
What could they do with 1 mana?
Nothing.
Alright, so we got to block with at least 10. Because they
2,
could gain
6.
7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. All those creatures?
Yeah.
And they all die, I'm pretty sure. Now, are we going to just get overrun? No, because we have a 5/4 Vigilance Trample.
I actually think that this is not going to go so well, but I don't think we have better plays. We could have chumped, but the problem is they're going to keep draining and making more creatures. So the longer the game goes, the worse it gets for us.
It's true. They probably get to kill all that, don't they?
2, 3, 4. Yep. They get to go all that without pumping it as well, which is what they should do.
They should pump it, yes.
No, they don't need to pump it.
They should pump it to gain the life and make the creature. I mean, they're going to do it anyway, right?
They might wait. Yeah, so they're waiting. So they have a blocker in case we do something.
Well, they make a blocker. So we just play the big creature?
Yeah.
Leave black mana open?
Alright, we get drained for... Alright, the good news is we can start attacking with the 5/4.
Yeah, we don't solve the problem of them making creatures, though, unfortunately.
No, we're not in a great spot. I mean, I don't think we'll win this game of the match.
So what we need is a creature that we can sacrifice.
Yes. We'll be pulling on a reach trick. I think we're going to drop the Swarm Surge.
That's what I would do. Wait, why are you casting this?
Because I'm attacking with my 7 attack creature.
You shouldn't attack with both because I think we die on the back swing.
Yeah. If I was them, actually, I wouldn't block at all. But I want them to block because I want to use lead by example. They should block with 3. And the reason they should block with 3 is that their creatures are so not valuable, and mine are so valuable.
Good point. Also, they walk into a trick by doing that.
Yeah.
Now we're still gonna die.
Probably. I mean, we can use the ability and all that, but they just have too many cards. I think next time we just emphasize killing the Chosen, and I think we also bring in the Tar Snare because it kills the Chosen. And the Silverport Cutthroats.
And all the tokens.
I meant the Tar Snare, not the other card. Okay, they should attack with everything. If they're only attacking with this, we might not be dead this turn.
So they can drain us for 2 more. Had they just full out attacked, I think we would have died.
Yeah, we would have definitely died.
And we don't have any cards in hand. It's not like we're representing a trick. Alright, so they just drain us for 2 and then drain us for 2, right?
We can kill them so they can't drain us for 2. We can kill the creature.
Oh. Choose target creature. I think you want that one, yeah. And sacrifice the drone.
Yeah. The problem is, I think we're still dead to just flying.
Oh, we are dead to just fly. Well, it should be a fun third match.
Now, we could also not sideboard much and just go for another aggressive win. I mean, they had a really good curve out.
We should probably sideboard the 1 card you were talking about and put the -2/-2 in there.
So you want to bring in 2 cards? Okay.
I don't know why they're blocking. We don't have any cards in here.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Well, we got good information about what we need to kill.
Yep.
Alright. So we want to pull in Tar Snare and the Flaying Tendrils. Let's drop... I don't know if we need more grindy cards, but I'd like cards that survive playing Tar Snare. So we could drop a Pup, 1 lead by example.
So our combat tricks are still pretty good. Maybe we want to take out the Oath of their Unnatural Endurance. Maybe we want to take out the Oath and a Pup.
If we're running Flame Tendrils, I do like high toughness creatures, so yeah. The Oath and the Pup. I like how the Oath is so strong with some of our creatures. They can get us a saddleback very easily.
Well, take out something else then. Take out the Pup and maybe a lead by example.
No, I like the support actually quite a bit. So let's take out the Pup and maybe Silent Skimmer's not doing as much.
4 toughness is pretty powerful.
Yeah, we didn't die on that though. We died on not getting damage through. But a flyer is nice. It drains 2 on them.
Well, so they have a lot of creatures that just completely stops. So
nothing stops the... Oh, yeah, whoa, it is away. Maybe we just drop the Null Collar. I don't think we're in time to use that ability. Right. No, the Swarm Surge. The Swarm Surge. We said we wanted to drop it.
Oh, yeah, we did say that. I think we're good.
Alright, yeah.
I thought you'd already taken that out. My bad.
No.
Yes, we would like to go first. It's okay. It's not great.
It's got a Saddleback Lagak, and I like that. And it has a way to kill their most powerful cards, and I like that.
Yeah, we need to draw some 2-drops.
Nope. The fact that we have 2 good turn free plays, we'll probably just play Void Attendant, and I don't mind playing Void Attendant into Saddleback. Yeah. Worst comes to worst.
That's fine. It's not great. It's fine.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, we can play all those cards.
Yeah. I also don't mind playing Void Attendant and keeping up Tar Snare.
We should probably stop drawing lands now.
But we could lose to just drawing a bunch of lands. It's happened before.
Yep. Be a quick way to end this stream.
The good news is if we can exile something, we get tokens as well.
Yeah, it's something they own from exile. Right?
Yeah.
Alright. So I think you just attack.
Yeah. If they block, then we can Unnatural Endurance.
Yep. And play a land, I think.
Yeah, and then we decide if we want to keep up, if we want to play the Saddleback Legak, or we play the. I want to keep the Saddleback Legak now more than knowing that he has a high toughness creature.
Okay.
Because it makes all of our 3 power creatures get through.
I've gotten bored and wandered off.
Maybe that was some sort of issue. So I think I want to play the Swamp and represent Tarsnare and Unnatural Endurance, and try to get one of those cards to get me a card through. Tarsnare, whatever they play, untap and attack, Unnatural Endurance. The one nice thing about all these lands is, we can cast anything we play. We're 1 land ahead of that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
If we
think.
draw 2 more, I'm going to be irritated.
Yeah, but we could draw.
We've drawn actually nothing but lands.
This game.
That's impressive.
If we draw Flame Tendrils, then I probably also won't play Saddleback Legak because it dies. I'll probably just wait for our opponent to play a couple more cards because it can't really just kill us with that 1 card. And then, okay, here we go.
Gifted 2.
Oh, our stream is frozen, right?
No, the game is frozen. Can you not hit OK?
Are we frozen?
It's impossible to tell. Try reloading a random website.
Sure.
Okay, so that worked.
I definitely don't want to click through my turn. Let me log out real quick and log back in.
Okay.
Cancel.
Try reloading a different tab.
This one looks good. Looks fine.
Okay.
What do we click here? It looks fine. Cancel. So we can play cards,
We just can't end our turn.
I guess.
What if you hit F6 and then real quickly hit F3?
Hey, did you eat yet?
No, that's not doing anything either.
Alright,
So-
can you chat with our opponent? Oh, wait. I think it's back. Hit OK. Wait, we're in our main, so...
Yeah, someone play Swamp.
Alright, so hit F6.
F2.
Alright.
Yep.
Then we can F6 his turn, right?
No,
Oh,
because
no.
we're playing Tarsnare, and we're unnaturally endurancing if he tries to kill our stuff. We can't Tarsnare that, though.
That's rough.
It's quite rough.
Alright, so I think we play the Saddleback Legak and leave up the 1 black mana for unnatural, and that'll let us kill that Bloodlord on the block.
Be a 5/5. Yeah. Unless they gain 2 life.
Can't stop them.
No, in which case I'll just double block. Alright. Now, if we end up trading unnatural endurances, I'm also fine with that. I thought they might do that.
I figured they would.
My thought was to play the Tar Snare and the Unnatural Endurance before it became unreachably big.
Oh, you mean attack into it and hope they...
No, not play the Saddleback Legak and hold back the Void to make it look like we didn't have anything, because they probably would have attacked. Yeah, now they're gaining cards every turn and life every turn. Things are getting bigger.
There's nothing we can do about that at this point, right? So you can attack and have both combat tricks up.
Sure.
I mean, if I were them, I would block. That was the problem.
Okay, they could take damage.
Attack them both. They're not gonna die.
I was going to hold one back for double blocks.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I mean, if they block, I'll use my stuff now, but...
They're not gonna block.
Alright, so we still have 2 tricks up. They are slowly gaining resources,
Yeah.
but at some point they'll block, and we are representing 4 extra damage.
Yep.
So that means they would need this to be an 8/8 before it was even out of range.
We don't have anything that just destroys the creature, though, do we?
No, we unfortunately didn't get any of those cards. That's a problem.
Very much.
I think we're going to die to a whole bunch of 4/4s.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess we go ahead and play the big guy.
Let's attack with our 3 power creatures.
Do we have enough to do it?
Yeah. Right? That gets -4.
Yep.
It doesn't get us out, but it lets us not definitely lose.
And our creature didn't even die.
We did trade 2 spells for 1. That wasn't great.
I think it was worth it.
Yeah, we're going to play the Path Ward next turn and then put a Saddleback attack token on it. And we're just going to try to really just jam in there with a 6/5. Well, we could just use the Legak and have a... oh, that's an aggressive attack.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, though. I think it's the right attack.
That's correct. They're probably also playing a creature.
It just puts them down a card. But I don't think they need more cards. I think they need to win.
How does it put them down a card?
They can tap this to draw a card and lose life.
Oh, okay.
So, let's see. If we draw a land next turn, we can either play the Path Warden and then the Legak, or we can play the Legak immediately and pump up 2 of our cards. So
I think we
can attack
want to
more.
pump the Path Warden.
Then that means there'll be another turn where they can attack with the 4/4.
If we don't attack with our 3/1 and our 2/2, we can double block. Which means they won't attack. Because they don't want to trade their really awesome card for 2 of our crappy cards.
If they're so far behind on cards, it might not be terrible. They have 4 cards to our 2.
I don't think they want to trade their 4/4.
I wish they had some cards in exile.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah, just getting a couple of chump blockers would go a long way in this match. Oh, wow, that is very aggressive. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I want to play Slaughter Drone and the Legak, so I have more bodies, right?
I still think you want to play the 5/4, but
And we go down to 4. We go down to 5, and we have a 5/4. We're gonna race in 2 turns.
okay. What's your alternative?
We play both of these creatures, and we attack with all of our creatures. Put in these 2. We hit 4.
So we put 1 on the 3/4 and 1 on the 3/1.
No, we put 1 on 3/1, 1 on the 2/2. Attack with all. They can bounce a creature off.
And then we get through 6.
They gain 2. They go to 8.
And then we chump block because we have to block at that point.
Yeah. The other thing is we played just the Path Warden. They hit us down to 5.
I mean, I don't think we're racing unless we get a flyer. So, yeah, go ahead and play the Slaughter Drone and the Legak. That represents the most damage, I suppose. Oh, so we can actually double block and kill something, which is better.
Yeah. It'll put us almost dead.
But if I were them, I'd just attack with 2 flyers and then drain us for 1, right?
They can't drain us.
Oh, is it not?
They lose a life.
They lose a life and draw a card?
Yeah.
Oh. So they go up to 12.
We go down to 5.
We probably should have put the card in that gains us 6 life.
See, the problem is the longer the game goes, the better it goes for them. So gaining more life doesn't really put us ahead.
And we should have put our top end in.
No, we should have kept low. We wanted to beat them before they could beat us because their long
we
game
did
is
draw
better.
like that, so.
Yeah, and that's the danger of running an aggro deck.
Yep. Looks like we play that.
Are we attacking?
I believe we are attacking, aren't we?
Let's attack first.
So we need to keep back 3 creatures, though. So I don't know why we're bothering to attack.
We can attack with the 4/2. I'll be happy to take any of the trades they offer.
We could have also attacked with a
No, they have a 4/4.
nothing else. We could have attacked with exactly nothing else. So I think not running any colorless for Stalking Drone was a mistake.
We didn't have any colorless.
So I would take it if I were them.
I would take it too.
Or use a spell and kill it. Yep.
Okay. It's unfortunate that we lost
Always
another
lose.
draft. Well, the deck felt good. It looked good. The game 1, it played really well, but they just ground us out. Yep.
Game over.
The good news is, we had a
Got a pretty good draft there.
a $16 card to show for it. A couple $1 cards.
Do you want to do another one?
Yeah, we've got time.
Alright.
Let's see. Were there any of the cards? I actually felt really good about the deck.
It was fine.
They had
They just
the
had
cards.
it.
All right, so let's run back.
Was it 8 needed?
Yeah. We'll put a quick break on this real quick. We'll be back in 1 second.